In today's video, we'll be shooting a Nissan GTR in the streets of downtown Detroit, but there's a little twist to today's video, and that is timing. Normally, I have upwards of a few days to get ready for my photo shoots, figuring out who wants to tag along, to location scout, and to figure out the best type of photo I want to capture for this specific shoot. But that didn't happen, so I'll be explaining how I managed to set up last-minute photo shoots and how to still capture amazing images on such a short notice. Now, this was definitely one of the most last-second put-together shoots I've done in quite some time, but before we get to that, let me first introduce you to Colin, or YTClue.
I own a Nissan GTR at 18. Well, not yet.
So if you don't know me, I car flip. Obviously, like, I started knowing nothing, so I learned a lot along the way.
A 20-year-old dude from the Toronto area and the owner of this beautiful GTR.
I had no idea what I was doing when I first started, and you know, you can do that too.
The past few years, he's managed to trade up from a Nissan 350Z to a Nissan GTR solely by flipping cars. That was until he got in trouble with the local law.
So recently, I mean, someone reported me online. The government came right to my doorstep. Just one guy came. He came in like a dress shirt with papers, and I was like, oh shit.
He then decided to flip couches until he got his license to legally flip cars again, and kept going until he got the GTR. The creative direction that I went for this first location was heavily inspired by the amount of film I've been shooting recently. I got a lot more film photography YouTube videos coming very, very soon. But one of my favorite film stocks that I have been shooting recently is CineStill. The reason why that is because CineStill creates these unique halations that other film stocks otherwise don't create. If you notice, the highlights of all these images have a bit of a red glow to them. Well, I created that in Photoshop, but what I'm trying to replicate here are those halations. Halations happen when light hits the film, passes through the emulsion, and bounces back up from the base. Like I was saying earlier with CineStill, they're known for it because they don't have the anti-halation layer that normally stops the light from bouncing back, whereas most other film stocks do have that layer, so their highlights stay nice and clean. All of that to say, I added some cool glow highlight effect to my images, and I thought it looked kind of cool. I have 3 tips that I want to explain today that will help you with your last-minute photo shoots. And the first one is creating a mood board. I got this idea from my friend Nick a while back, and it has drastically improved the speed in which I can create and maneuver throughout my shoot. It sounds simple, but I promise it works wonders. This is basically your cheat sheet for your entire photo shoot, showing you different ideas on where to position the car and unique angles to capture that you otherwise would have forgotten by the time you got to your first location. I've been using mood boards for pretty much all my shoots recently, especially portraits, because I can put all my ideas onto a piece of paper, slide that piece of paper to my model, and now they have the exact same idea as to what I have, and now we can work together to make those photos happen. Now, one thing that I like to do on almost every single car photo shoot that I have is try my best to get a picture of the owner with the vehicle. I think in today's day and age, you can scroll through Instagram and see crazy images of Lamborghinis and Porsches, but never the actual owner that busted their ass to get said car. But with Colin, I had a unique idea that I wanted to try.
All right, do a test one, go ahead. Let me see. All right, one more.
I had this idea on the mood board I created, and that was to try and add some kind of motion to the image.
I'm ready when you are. All right. Yeah, I got it. We good. All right, follow me down.
The concept photo I had was from Maciej Lebomski, a UK-based photographer, and it was an Instagram post showing off slow shutter photos, and I thought I could do something similar to show off the car with the owner. Now, I think this was probably my favorite shot of the entire shoot. As the shoot goes on, I take some sick images, but I think this one was one of my favorites, and that's because of just the unique idea that I had. After seeing his Instagram post, I wanted to try some sort of motion in the image, so what I did was I had him walk from left to right to fill up the left side of the image with his car on the right side of the image, and then him walking at 1/8 of a second creates a bit of motion in his steps, showing that he's walking towards it. So I think it's pretty cool, especially shooting handheld, having him walk towards the car. The car's in the beautiful sunlight with the light rays shining through, and he's just walking over to it. It's been a minute since I've captured an image that really portrays a story, and I think this image really captures that pretty well. Now, before we left the parking garage, I had one more idea that I wanted to capture, and that was to create a bit of like a Batman kind of image. Ironically enough, I had this idea on the mood board I created, which again, that's why I remembered, and that was to go to the bottom of the parking garage where there was only artificial light, no sunlight, and I wanted to put his car straight forward towards the wall to really take an image of the lights over top shining down and the halos of the taillights of the GTR. And once again, I added all of those fake halations to the highlights. I just think it looks so damn cool, especially shooting so much cine still recently, then being able to create that same effect in Photoshop. I think it's so cool. As we head over to the next location, I wanted to bring up tip number 2 of this video, and in my opinion, that is location scouting. Or in this circumstance, having locations in your back pocket that you can bring up for times such as these. Literally all of the locations I use in this video, I've used previously on other photo shoots. I shot a green Audi R8 in this parking garage, I shot an RX-7 in this parking garage, and also another GTR at the next location that we're going to. Now you might be asking yourself, Caden, how do you find all these sick spots? Well, you gotta put in the work, brother, man. Go to your city, go to your town, go to wherever, walk around, drive around, and then once you find a sick spot, whip out Google Maps, put a pin drop down, and then create a folder called car spots. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, so my catalog of car locations has built up pretty significantly, but that's basically what I do to find my spots. And now, after you find those spots, you go to them a handful of times, you know what works, what doesn't work. Now, you have that back pocket catalog of those fire locations that you now know to use. Like I mentioned earlier, I've shot here previously with another GTR, but after that shoot, I had the idea to take some photos from further away at this location. Have the car on the other side of the spiral, or maybe even a top-down shot with the sun setting behind us. So that's exactly what I did. Now, at the beginning of this video, I promised you 3 tips to make your last second photo shoots a little bit easier. 1 being creating that mood board, 2 location scouting and having those locations in your back pocket. And the third and final tip is just confidence. I think confidence is very, very overlooked, and I think if you're confident in yourself and your images, it will make all of your photo shoots so much easier. Knowing how your camera works inside and out, knowing what kind of shots that you want to capture in the first place, and honestly knowing when to stop shooting because you've already gotten the best photos possible. I feel like confidence in general is just one of the most important traits to have when taking photos. It helps put your client at ease, you instantly seem more trustworthy, and everything moves pretty damn quick when you know what you're doing. All in all, an absolute blast of a photo shoot, and a huge shout out for Colin driving all the way from Toronto to make this photo shoot happen. But either way, hopefully I taught you a thing or two when it comes to setting up last second photo shoots and make your job a little bit easier. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.